Hi, welcome back. After creation of a database and table, let's move to know that what are the CRUD operations. CRUD is a buzzword which means create, read, update and delete operations on a table. In this lecture we will go through that how to create, read, update and delete the data of a table by using the wizard provided by Microsoft SQL Server Management Studio, and the same will also be done via writing different type of SQL queries. Let's move to know that what are the methods to insert the values in a table. The first method to insert the value in a table is the insertion via wizard provided by Microsoft SQL Server Management Studio. To perform the insertion via wizard, just go to your table, right click on it, click on this option which is offering you to edit top 200 rows. Just click on it. It opened your table in edit mode. Currently we don't have stored any value in this table, therefore it is showing it empty. Okay, just start writing the values that we want to store in this table. First is employee ID. Let me try to write the employee ID here. I pressed 1, 2, 3 and few other numbers, but it didn't allow me to write anything in employee ID. If you could guess that what could be the reason? The reason database is not allowing me to write anything in employee ID is because it is primary key, and if you could recall the previous lecture, I had defined it as auto incremental value. Okay, so just leave the employee ID as is and let Microsoft SQL Server to fill it for you. The name of my employee is Yasir Mahmood. If you could recall the previous lecture, I had defined its length around 50 characters. So you can write any name up to 50 characters only. Third is date of birth. Let me write the date of birth. For example, it is 10 November 2001, for example. 1990, 10th November 1990, and address is ABC Road, XYZ City. Okay, just press the tab button or click anywhere in the next line. Okay, if you have observed that when I clicked in next line, the red values, the red icon that was being visible against each column has been disappeared now. And the second thing that you will notice, it created the employee ID itself. Let's enter the information of another employee. Second employee is John. Date of birth is 20 Jan 1991. 13 Jan 1991, and address is XYZ Road, ABC City. The third employee is David. His date of birth is 1st October 1982, and his address is also JKL area, ABC Road. Okay. In this way you have defined 3 rows in a table by using the wizard provided by Microsoft SQL Server Management Studio. Now let's move to write the query which will insert the data in this table. Let me close the table. Right click on database name and click on new query. The SQL Server keyword to insert the data in a table is insert into, and write the table name here, which is employee info. Okay, then a start parenthesis where I will have to define the column names for which values needs to be inserted. Let's check the name of columns again. The first column is employee ID. However, since the employee ID is an auto incremental value, therefore I don't need to define it here to insert the values. Second column is name. Just write the NAME, name. Then place a comma, write the name of second column, which is date of birth. Again comma, and then write the next column name, which is home address. Home address. Okay, here you can see that the all columns of our table have been defined in the insert statement, except the employee ID, which is auto incremental, and we don't need to bother for its value. Just place the close parenthesis, then give a space and write the keyword value. Value, again start parenthesis, I think I should write the value on next line so that it could be clear for you. Okay, value. First write the value of first column, which is name. Name is Ibrahim. You can see that I placed a single quotation at start of the name and again single quotation at the end of this name. Single quotation is placed for all non-numeric values. Okay, then place the comma. Next column is date of birth. I have to define the date here. Again place a single comma and write the date, which is 10 November 1978, single quotation, comma, single quotation and comma and single quotation for the home address, and write the home address, which is JKL Lane, UK. Single quotation again to close the value and place a close parenthesis. Okay. This will be the value of name. This will be the value of date of birth, and this will be the value of home address. Okay, now just select the complete insert statement, go to execute and click it once. Oh, it is saying that something is incorrect near the keyword value. Okay, just change it to values and again try to execute it. Okay, you can see that the message has been changed and now it says one row affected. One row affected, which means that this new row has been inserted in our employee information table. Let's perform another insert, and where the name of my employee will be Harry. His date of birth is also 10th November 1978 and his address is again JKL Lane, UK. Copy the statement and paste it on next line. And change the name. This employee's name will be Larry. His date of birth will be the 1st Jan 1960. His address is ABC Lane, UK. Then I have another employee whose name is again Harry, whose date of birth is 10 Feb 1990, whose address is USA, somewhere USA. Okay, these I have written the three different statements to insert the three different employees information in my employee info table. Just select them all, and press the execute button or press the F5 button of your keyboard. I am going to press the execute button, and you can see that it printed 3 times a same message to me, which is one row effective, which means that now Microsoft SQL Server Management Studio has inserted 3 different rows in employee information table on the basis of insert query provided by me. So far we have performed multiple insert operations on our employee information table. We have inserted multiple rows by using the Microsoft SQL Server wizard, where we just right clicked on our employee info table name and opened our table in edit mode. And second method that we used to insert the data in our table was by writing the insert queries. The syntax of a insert statement is, first you will have to write the statement insert into, then you will have to write the employee info, which is your table name, then a start parenthesis. After this you will have to place the name of your columns separated by a comma, and at the end you will have to place a close parenthesis. Then you will have to write the keyword values, which means that now you are going to provide the values of your columns that needs to be inserted in table. Again a right parenthesis, then values of your columns with same sequence as you have defined the name of your columns, and at the end you will have to write the close parenthesis. And to execute your insert statement you will have to press the execute button, which is available at top menu of your SQL Server Management Studio. As alternate, you can also press the F5 button of your computer as well. Now let's move to write the select statement, which will return the total number of rows that have been inserted in our table. I am going to clear these statements so that I could write a new statement for you. The select statement always started with a keyword select, then give a space. If you want to select all columns of your table, then place a star, then again space, then write the keyword from, space, write the name of your table. For our case, the name of our table is employee info table. Okay, here is our complete select statement, which the first thing is select space star, which means all columns of this table, space from, which is again a keyword, space your table name. This statement will return the complete data of your table. To execute this statement, you will have to press F5, or you can press the execute button, which is available at top of your screen. I am going to press F5 right this time. Okay, you can see that it returned 7 rows. Let's verify the data of these rows. These were the rows that we have inserted in table by using the Microsoft SQL Server wizard, and these all records are inserted by the insert statement that we have written a while ago. I think select statement is very easy and it will be very much clear to you. Okay, let's have another flavor of select statement. Let's assume that we don't want to have all columns and we just want to get the name of all employees of our company. So what should be done? To select only few columns or one column, we just have to mention the column name in place of star name from employee info. Select it and press F5. You can see that it returned me the name of all employees that are currently stored in employee info table. Let's have another column, which is date of birth. I place the comma and then type the name of second column. Again select this statement and press F5. You can see that it returned me the date of birth as well, along with the employee name. Currently I don't want to have selected columns, therefore I am just commenting the query. To comment the query, we have to write 2 hyphens before the statement, and SQL Server will start ignoring this statement. Now just press F5 to execute the remaining query, which is select star from employee information, which will return me the complete list of columns. Let's write a query which will identify those employees who have the address JKL Lane, UK. To get the information of these employees, we will have to write a where clause along with our select query. The syntax of where clause is write the keyword where after the table name, give a space, then type the name of column which we will have to search, equal to single quotation JKL Lane UK. This. Select the statement and press F5. Okay. You can see that database returned us two rows where two different employees, Ibrahim and Harry, who belong to same area, which is JKL Lane UK. Okay. If we are allowed to use multiple selection criterias. For example, if I would like to get the information of another employee whose date of birth is 10 November 1978, then I can write the keyword and followed by the name of column is equals to, and in single quotation I will place the value 10 November 1978 and then press F5. Okay, it again returned me the same two rows because both employees have same date of birth. Then I can add another selection criteria which is name. Name Harry. F5, it returned me the single row. In this way you can add multiple selection criteria in your query. I think you are now well aware about the insertion queries as well as the different type of select queries, so we can move to write the update statements.